What's your plan for today then? Guys, how about we celebrate your birthday outside? We'll go for clubbing and karaoke too. It's going to be lit. A group of four was walking towards the exit while discussing about tonight's plan. You stopped midway and turned towards them before walking backwards. Let's go to the club. I was dying to experience that life for ages. It's final. They all jumped in excitement. Wait, wow, who is that handsome Ajushi? He's perfect. You all looked at her confused. Who are you talking about? You turn your body and your eyebrows lifted up. Hell yes. He looks like he come from fictional world. You all chuckled. Omo, he's coming in our direction. You all got slightly nervous and curious as well when he started coming towards you. He finally reached near and stopped at a distance before looking at you. You blinked few times and looked at your friends who just shrugged their shoulders while looking confused same like you. Your father has sent me to bring you back. You frowned. Appa? Do you know my dad? He looked at your friends who were just staring at him and then shifted his eyes on you before nodding. Yes, but he didn't tell anything about it. I mean, wait, I'll call him. You unlocked your phone and there was already a text message from your dad that appeared on the lock screen. He texted that he wanted to show you something very special on your 18th birthday, and because he can't come to pick you up, he's sending his friend. Yes, Appa texted me. We have to hurry up or else we'll be late. You turn towards your friends. I'll see you guys later and don't worry, we'll surely go clubbing. Alright, and enjoy your time. You smiled and bid them a goodbye. You were just looking at him from the time you sat inside the car. He's so handsome and somewhere you just got so attached to him. He's not that old to be the same age as your father, but he doesn't look young either. He was silently driving, leaving his full focus on the road, but somewhere he could feel your stare disturbing. He looked at you. Do you want something? You quickly shifted your eyes to the front, feeling embarrassed. Your cheeks turned pink. He didn't say anything further and focused on driving. It was an awkwardly silent ride, which you don't like. Where are we going? You said after noticing that he is taking the highway. Busan. You looked at him surprised. Busan? Dad is already there? He nodded, then again silence. You noticed that his car is so expensive and not a model that anyone can easily get. His personality screams richness. Does it have a music system? Those features were so advanced that you got confused. He turned on the music for you and you made a weird face when you heard the music. It was old and completely out of taste. What kind of music is this? Who listened to such music? He looked at you a little upset. Go on, play what you like to listen. he said, looking outside the front glass. You felt a little bad, like you shouldn't have commented on someone's music taste. It's okay, it's not that bad. Again, silence, but you were curious to know about him. You don't know what happened to you, but you couldn't stop your feelings that were growing inside you. Does your wife also like listening to such music? You felt awkward again when he said I do. I mean, everyone has different taste in music. My dad, he also listened to some very old music. There's nothing wrong. Ajushi, are you still single by any chance? You don't even have a wedding ring in your finger? Jungkook sighed and looked at you because you never met anyone who talks so much like you before. If you want to eat anything, then let me know. I'll stop by any cafe, and if you want, then you can sleep until we reach Busan. He looked away from the window, feeling awkward. You are so talkative, and you know sometimes people get irritated by you. After an hour, you finally entered in Busan and it was beautiful. The nature was beautiful. Can you please slide down the window? Jungkook did as you said and you inhaled deeply, closing your eyes. It's so beautiful. A soft smile appeared on his face when he looked at you. He looked at Jungkook confused. Why did he brought you to the countryside? Your dad is inside. You both went inside. As soon as you saw your dad, a bright smile appeared on your face. He smiled softly when you ran into his arms. Appa, I missed you. He patted your back. You broke the hug and looked at him. When did you come to Busan and why did you want me to come here? It was clearly looking like that he was trying to be happy in front of you, but there was so much going on inside his head. Happy birthday, my child. You smile. Thank you, Appa. He walked you to the bed and made you sit before sitting beside you. Jungkook stopped at the door to give privacy to both father and daughter. Appa, why did you call me here and why we are in the countryside? Is this house yours? He held your hand in his and looked at you. Yes, this is the first house that me and your mom bought. We spent 10 years here. Really? It means I was also born here. But why didn't I remember any memories here? That's because your mother insisted to move in Seoul right after your birth. Oh, she doesn't like it here? He slowly looked at you and smiled sadly. Annie, she loved it here. It was her last wish to tell you about this when you turn 18. She wanted you to remember your birthplace because it was the same as her. Your lips also curled up into a sad smile. You nodded. You don't have much memories of your mother, but still you remember how cheerful lady she was. She always put others first. She found happiness in other people's happiness. You were only 6 when she passed away. You still doesn't know the exact cause. She wasn't even with you when that happened. In actuality, she committed suicide here in her own hometown itself. You were so young at that time and your father was completely broke by that news. You were told that she died because of her sickness. Your father never able to forget her. He is a philosopher and oftentimes he stayed away from home due to work. He never thought something like this would happen in his life. He always blamed himself for her wife's death. You both visited her burial together, and this was the first time you saw her actual burial. This day turned very emotional because this was the same day your mother took away her life, on your sixth birthday. Watch it. Jungkook caught you when you were about to fall because you were walking carelessly when the stairs were slippery because it rained a while ago. You okay? You nodded as he helped you in standing straight. Thank you. Then you two started walking. Jungkook looked at you. He knew everything about your mother's death because he was 18 and was interned under a private investigation agency. That was the first case he came across within the starting of his career before becoming a detective. He took out something from his pocket and extended towards you, making you look at him confused. A gift from my side. Happy birthday. He chuckled slightly before taking it from his hand. It was a very pretty hair clip, but it looks old. I found it in your mother's stuff while I was investigating her case. You looked at him surprised. My mom? Honey, she died because she was sick then. What case? He slightly sighed and looked down. It was hard for him to tell you anything, but your father requested him to let you know everything because he can't tell you by himself. Tell me that what case? He looked up at you. Your mom didn't die because of sickness. He finally looked in your eyes. How do you know she was sick or not? Do you know my mom too? I was an intern at that time. Your mom took her own life here in Busan, in the same house. The hair clip dropped from your hand. What? He held your arm gently when you stumbled. Why? Why my mom? No, it can't be true. She was not that type of person. You looked at him. It can't be true. There must be some other reason. Nothing came out in the end. No one was to be blamed. I only know this much. Why did Appa lie to me? I will ask him everything today. You climbed down the stairs while Jungkook followed you. You both came running when you noticed the fire, and the ground slipped under your feet when you saw that it was no other than your own house. You were screaming and tried to get out from his grip, but he held you tightly. Meanwhile, his eyes also got moist. The fire brigade already reached, and they were trying to stifle the burning flames. You were a crying mess and screaming. Jungkook was greeting the guests who were visiting the deceased. You have no family other than your mom and dad. They were pitying you who were crying, bowing her head down. You never thought this 18th birthday would be the worst birthday of your life where you lost both your mother and dad. His burial is held in the Busan itself near your mother's grave. There were not so many people to visit. Only his colleagues and friends and some close relatives came. Jungkook sat beside you and patted your back. He was also feeling extremely bad for the loss. He never thought your father would also repeat the same mistake. He blamed himself for her death, and now he got rid of that guilt by taking his own life. He remembered clearly that once your father told him to take care of you in case something happened to him in future. He patted your back while you were sobbing silently. Jungkook gave you a glass of water and sat beside you. You were still not over from that trauma. Your tears still don't want to stop. He could feel your pain, but sadly there was nothing he could do to ease it. I met with your father when I became a detective. It was the first time I noticed how amazing he was as a person. He told me how much he loves you and he wanted to create a better future for you. He exhaled deeply. He was sorry for not being able to protect your mother, but to be honest, it wasn't his fault. Finally, a loud sob left from your mouth. He hesitated first, but he knew you needed a shoulder to cry at this moment. He slowly placed your head on his shoulder as you burst in tears. He patted your head. I'm sorry. Jungkook pulled a blanket over you and brushed her hair back. He doesn't have any idea what future will bring, but he will keep his promise to your father. No matter how and when you will need his help, he would be there for you. He had seen you a few times before. After losing your mother, you really loved your father. Don't know what was the reason behind him taking that big step. He himself set the house on fire, burning all the memories of his and his wife, and then hung himself. The investigation has begun, but even he knows that it was a suicide and nothing would come out of it. One week later. I know you are a very good person and a good friend of my dad, but now I think I should learn to live my life by myself. I appreciate your kindness, but I can't live like this. You have all the rights to live however you want, but let me be there as an art guardian. I promise to your dad that I will be there for you. Thanks. You silently started eating your food. In this 1 week, you have become so pale and weak, and all you do is to cry whenever the memories hits you. Throughout the week, you were living with Jungkook in his house. He was trying his best to help you in every way, but he has boundaries, obviously. He can do what he is capable of, but you have to go through this mental breakdown by yourself until you decide to overcome it. Suddenly, you choked and started coughing. Drink this. He gave you the water. You started living alone, but it wasn't that easy, especially when you are still not recovered from that loss. One thing you have realized that in times like this, living alone makes your mental health worse because all you think is about those horrible memories and there is no one to distract you from that. Although you said you will live by yourself, but still Jungkook comes to check on you regularly. He buys you medicines and sometimes food just to make sure you're eating well. He sometimes picks you up from school, and now he has created a place inside your heart. It may sound weird, but you're falling for your own father's friend. There is no second thoughts, no regrets, just feelings that are getting stronger and stronger.